Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So, I've seen enough from Cell Goat to determine exactly how good he is. This is the first time that the top 10 overall LRs, which may be like top 10 unit in the game list, although I mean, Fat Boo could potentially jump in here as well as Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But okay, so here is the last list I did. This was March 2nd. We've had very few LRs come out since, this was when STR Vegito and LR Buhan got their EZAs. A lot has happened. I've got more experience with a lot of these characters. I understand the difficult fights better. I understand kind of like the meta better and stuff like that. I feel like I have a good grasp of what's going on. I think once we get to the top 5, there won't be too much discussion. But I do think that everyone is going to probably have a different 6 through 10, is my guess. And I do think people are going to be very upset with how I have the 6 through 10. But I thought about it deeply, and I said, am I okay with people calling me an idiot on Twitter over this one? Yes, I am. So let's go. All right, we're going to start with number 10. Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. This is a very good character. Very good. One of the things about them that is so impactful, it really is, you could just feel it. It's just so crazy. It's this right here. This is maybe the most important aspect of this character added with their EZA. Giving them Rainbow Orb changing has just dramatically changed how this unit feels. They're very fun. They have guaranteed crits. They potentially have a lot of damage reduction, Rainbow Orb changing. They also have debuffs, which are very effective in the 9th anniversary meta. This is a very good character. Now, I will say this. I've found very limited usage out of their active skill. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just, you're doing so much damage, and so often these bosses really don't have the health. It's so, all the bosses pretty much are like glass cannons. Like, they hit so hard, but they go down so fast. So it's, like, this is just a monstrous power up, but I feel like it's very rare I actually am able to really truly take advantage of that. If they have a negative, it's that this right here can trigger immediately, like when your HP falls below 50%. So you could proc this on a different turn potentially than procking this, right? This was created on the character to be used in conjunction with their active skill, because right now active skills cannot be changed with EZA, so they created this to kind of take away this 70% damage reduction was created to kind of get around this. But yeah, this character's right here. Okay. So now we're going to move on to number 9. This is where people get upset. But again, if you don't play favorites and just kind of like accept reality of how these fights go, I mean, bro, I'm sorry, but like, so I have Orange Piccolo here. I'm also going to grab Gammas are next. Broly is next. I'm going to grab these two right here. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I was close to putting Orange Piccolo at 7 above Gammas, above Broly. I'm thinking about it even right now, and it's like, it's just, okay. So people are obsessed with damage in the community. It's the way people are always going to be. Like, it's foolish of me to get, like, upset at the way, like, people just like damage, right? It's just how it is. Stupid of me to get upset at that, right? But damage is super good. But damage is not rare right now. Every good character is doing waves of damage. So Piccolo does not do good damage at all. He's not contributing much damage almost at all. But at the start of the fight for the first 3 turns, he's pretty tanky. I mean, if you're going against Cell Max and then Piccolo's in Cell 1, Cell Max super attacks right away, like, he'll get fodderized. But like, Piccolo is very defensive for the first 3 turns. Then, so let's say Piccolo's in turn 1. He's very defensive for turn 1, very defensive on turn 3. You hit turn 5. Beast Gohan active skill. Hit turn 7, you use Orange Piccolo, and the fight is won. And, like, there's no, like, Piccolo... The thing is, Sal Max, Beast Gohan, Blue Gogeta, they can control the fight with their active skill taunt or target mechanic, which is devastatingly powerful. It is so good. But it does not protect from AoE, supers, or normals. Piccolo's giant form cancels all boss abilities. Bunch of bosses heal, Piccolo cancels it. AoEs, AoE super, double super, all boss abilities, all canceled by Orange Piccolo. It's just, you have to respect it. I mean, if he wasn't under the umbrella of Beast Gohan, he wouldn't be as good. But just the way superheroes constructed currently, you run this guy next to Beast Gohan, and you can't lose. That's it. Like, that's it. Because it's like you use the act. So let's use Gogeta fight as an example. We get to Tech Gogeta. We use the Beast Gohan active. We get to Blue Gogeta, who has AoEs. Damaging, deadly AoEs. We pop the Orange Piccolo. Gogeta's dead before he gets a chance to punish. This is the thing. People do need to understand. Don't really worry so much about, oh, Cell Max has that one turn he could take damage. Beast Gohan when his intro's gone. People obsess about these things that potentially could happen rather than what does fucking happen. And what happens is Beast and Orange Piccolo, it's just invincible. And it's like, I know Beast is doing the lion's share of the damage, but Piccolo at the start of the fight is not dying. It's very important to be good at the start of the fight. And then he's got one of these abilities just like Beast, a better version. Piccolo's is a better version than what like Cell Max and Gogeta and Beast and these characters have. Although I'm sure, I mean, if you crit with Cell Max, he's definitely doing more damage, I think, than Orange Piccolo. All 3 turns of it are going to do. Same with Gogeta if he crits, but yeah. So, like, I could even move Orange Piccolo up 2 slots. The Gammas are really good. Broly is really good. But, like, they don't just say, fight's done, like Orange Piccolo does. They don't. So, Bro, I'm gonna leave it. I'm so tempted to put Orange Piccolo up. Bro, I'm, like, dying to slide him up. It's just, I'm sorry, like, bro, like, I'm so curious, you know, here, hold on. Let me just take a glance at this. LR Orange Piccolo versus Kid Buu. This was one try, effortless, no difficulty whatsoever. I just want to see one of the most beloved to one of the most scrutinized. Yep. Okay, it's because of my tier list, sure. I just want, what I'm looking for here real quick, I'm just looking for, like, opposition. Because in this video, I spend the whole time, he's crazy, he does this, he's not falling off. Like, I'm just looking for challenge, arguments against him. You can't do this on Global. Because without Beast. Okay. And UI Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta, Blue Kaioken, Evolution Blue Vegeta. Okay. Let me see. No, this is not correct. Orange Piccolo is not terrible for the fight at all. It's just like, it's just flat out wrong. I mean, sure, a lot of the other characters on the team are contributing the lion's share of damage, but Piccolo is doing a lot by keeping Kid Buu from being able to super you and stuff like that. I'll leave Piccolo where he is. Let's talk about the Gammas and Broly. Gammas are very good. They're not that crazy turn 1. I've had many instances of them lately dying turn 1. They're just really not that crazy. They do have a very good standby condition, though. Either HP under 70% or once they do 3 attacks. They're very good. Like, they've got a lot of support and stuff like that. But compared to a lot of the characters up at the top, I don't really... This ability is really good right here. What LR Gamma 1 does. Right here. So this gives super class allies 50% defense for 2 turns. This is a monster ability. But this alone, to me, it does, like, it pales in comparison to UI and Vegeta's revives, to Gogeta's active skill, right? Like, the top characters of this list are dominated by these unique special team protector abilities. This is the closest the Gammas have, which is good, but I feel like I'm good with where they are. Easily, you can see them just completely block big boss 3 million supers, right? If you have Gamma 1's full damage reduction up, especially if you might have some of his defensive links up, like Android Assault and stuff like that. Like, he can, but there can be quite a bit of variance to this character, right? Depending upon numerous factors. I mean, remember, you do have the huge damage of Gamma 2's standby as well. They're good. I feel like this is a good spot for them. Same with Broly. Broly would be significantly better if this was just 5 turns from the start of battle. He would be so much better. Or even, I mean, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. What if it was just turn 4 from the start of battle? How about that, Dokkan? How about that for our anniversary Dokkan Fest LR? Right now, my biggest grievance with Broly is transforming him. I mean, I did, just earlier, I did, kind of like the new format I wanted to try for World Tour, which is I essentially made it one video, right? And it's like, in this, I think we transformed with Broly one time. Once we transform with Broly. That's kind of the biggest issue. I mean, thinking about that, yeah, I gotta... Like, I know... Okay, so the assumption would be, oh, Broly is even better now that Cell Max is in the game. But is he? I mean, he's on a safer team. But now, I mean... Because of how good Cell Max is, I found, like, okay, like, we are able to do Rosé's domain a turn earlier than Broly's, and, like, Cell Max just protecting us at the end. A week ago, it was, we have no chance against these bosses unless we get to the end, Broly is transformed, and then we get lucky and Broly is able to touch a death them. But that's, now that Cell Max exists, that's just not the case anymore. I'm actually, you know what? I am gonna make an adjustment on the fly. I'm gonna put the Gammas above Broly now. That's the adjustment I'm gonna make. Yeah, I think so. I do think so. Yeah. I mean, maybe if the fight's got a little bit longer, or because the other thing too is that Broly is very good. I mean, I'm definitely running him as a leader of super bosses and stuff like that. But I mean, if he's not transforming, I mean, the Gammas are still giving support. Huge support, mind you, every step of the way. Broly is not, like, Broly is just an okay character until he transforms. He's just like, okay, like, he's good. He's good. Yeah, I think the Gamma's in front of Broly. After Cell Max, I feel like Broly's impact is lessened. At 6, we have Buhan. Bootanks. I would put him above Gammas and Broly. I mean, this is more so, to me, this feels much more of a significant slot 1 character throughout the entire fight, which does matter. Again, I understand people's, like, love for damage and stuff like that, which is definitely going to lean to them always liking, like, a character like Broly and, maybe like STR Vegito and stuff like that. But, I mean, just the high damage is just not as high a contributor to winning as a character like what Buhan is bringing to the table. This contributes to winning far more, right, than the highly specialized damage situation some of these other characters. So Bootank/Buhan is just great. I mean, he's got a huge bag of tricks, attack break, he heals all over, he's guarding, he's dodging. Like, this guy just has, he has such a deep bag that he could reach into. So many different abilities he's doing. He's fantastic. I'm back on board. Cell Max is the hardest fight in the game. I am. I'm totally back on board with it now. I kind of go back and forth on that. Right now, at the moment, I'm on board. Cell Max, hardest fight in the game. I know it's a little gimmicky, But, I mean, even with the gimmicks, it's still, like, the hardest shit in the game, dude. It's definitely the fight that gives the most trouble. And, I mean, when you consider, you know, this is like a win. Like, you hit that bastard with this, and it's GG. It is GG. Cell Max is done, basically, from that point on. I definitely feel comfortable about Buhan above the rest. Again, his bag that he reaches into is just way too deep. His tricks, like that, this is, if I would compare Buhan to something, it would be like, you know, bro, like Cavaliers Kyrie Irving or something, man. Like, that's what Wu-Tang is. I don't know. All right, so next we go ahead and grab Gogeta. Top 5 is pretty, like, I could just fill in, like, you guys know what the top 5 I think is at this point. Like, I feel like I could almost just fill the top 5 in. As a matter of fact, I will. UI, Evolution Blue Vegeta, Cell Max, Beast. Let's fill it in. These are the top units in the game, I believe. There's you, Beast. Where's Mr. Max? There he is right there. All right, Beast, Cell Max, Vegeta, UI Goku. This, I think, is what the top 10 looks like right here. Reviewing it, yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm really thinking about it. I really like the Gammas above Broly because, like, the Gammas, I mean, they could get caught much easier than Broly. I feel like turn 1. Yeah, they really can. Damn. Gammas versus Broly is the one. Like, if I'm looking at anything, it's just Gammas versus Broly that I'm kind of in between on. I feel like I could be swayed either way. I feel like I could hear arguments from Gammas or Broly, and I probably would like it. I do dislike how easy the Gammas can get cooked turn 1. Gamma 1 at the end of the fight can be just so dominant, though. So can Broly. But I feel like the Gamma's support, if Broly's not gonna transform, makes me kind of want to edge out the Gammas. I think I'm gonna go back to Broly over Gammas. I can't really decide Gammas versus Broly, man. I cannot. I guess we'll just go with this. Okay. UI Goku is probably the strongest character in the game turn 1. He has 100% dodge. I mean, there's specific fights where dodge is canceled, like Blue Kaioken Supreme Battle Spectacle, which is one reason I've been doing that fight. But, I mean, this guy, so he could show up. I mean, Cell Max is the best example of this. Turn 2, UI Goku is in, slot 1 with 100% dodge, and his revive can be up. So UI Goku literally cannot be touched no matter what. And then if another character dies in rotation, UI Goku will revive. That's the thing about the top 5 right here. All of the top 5 have team protector abilities. I will hear no arguments unless it's Orange Piccolo, I guess. Gogeta, I do feel like UI and Vegeta are safely above Gogeta. I do. Gogeta in base form is not that impressive like Broly. Like, it's like he's solid. I mean, the thing is, you transform with Gogeta much more often than you do with Broly. Gogeta is Rainbow Orb changing as well. But Gogeta's taunt, his active skill, people will say, oh, it's better than Beast Gohan's, which it is, because it draws all enemy attacks to him, but he has 100% dodge. One of the big things, this is an issue for both Beast Gohan and for Cell Max, is that the biggest bosses, the nastiest bosses, you will draw the attacks to you. Beast and Cell Max will double-digit tank them, but then Supreme Battle Spectacle Beast Gohan will stun you. Supreme Battle Spectacle Blue Gogeta will seal you. STR Sword of Hope Trunks will seal you. Int Sword of Hope Trunks will stun you. AGL UI Goku will seal you. Like, so many bosses are doing these abilities. So Beast and Cell Max will block the enemy super, which truly is the most important thing, but then at the same time, they will not be able to do damage to the boss. Whereas Gogeta is 100% dodging it, thus meaning he's dodging the debuff, thus meaning Gogeta's drawing all attacks to him, blocking the super, canceling all normals, but Gogeta's also doing massive amounts of damage, which Beast and Cell Max do not do. But the thing is, I feel like I don't see Gogeta's active skill even half as much. Cell Max and Beast, you are torturing and terrorizing the bosses, constantly spamming their taunt active skill mechanics. That doesn't happen with Gogeta. Gogeta is like one of the reasons this video was so successful right here. Beast Gohan and Superhero Auto every tough fight. That's just what I called it. Gogeta was massive for this because Auto is just popping Beast Gohan's active as soon as we can. So in some of these fights at the very end, it was Gogeta's active skill that was the final blow towards us winning. I think against Supreme Battle Spectacle Beast Gohan, I think against Supreme Battle Spectacle Blue Gogeta, and I think against Cell Max, all three of those fights, Gogeta in this Auto run was able to get his active. He was able to cook it with that. So understand that. So I like Gogeta up there, right? Vegeta to me clearly feels better than UI. He does. There's just a lot of parts of their kit where Vegeta got love, right? Like in many years, we've seen many of these Goku and Vegeta like kind of like opposition units where they're very similar, but they have slight differences in their kit. And this time around, it feels like Vegeta won in most of the aspects. Vegeta does feel better than UI Goku to me, yeah. UI Goku is still the most dominant character in the game turn 1. Bringing both of them is just awesome because you have a revive up nearly like 100% of the time with both of them. It's so good. It's so good. So there's that. Again, Cell Max to me, like, people were kind of, like, dicking around, like, oh, Vegeta's number 1, or Vegeta can be, like, bro, like, now that there's a real character in Beast Gohan's realm, we can cut that Vegeta bullshit out of here. No, he's not up there. Vegeta's very good. I don't have much criticism for him. But, I mean, Beast and Cell Max are just different, man. They're on a different playing field. The enemies cannot do anything when Beast and Cell Max are there. They cannot, like, I described it when I was going through this video right here, Cell Max. I described it as, like, Ultra Gohan in Legends right now is terrorizing because he's got the AoE green card, he's got the counter blue, he has the strike blocking, and then he can counter with his blue. Like, he has all these annoying ass gimmicks. He's got the armor breaking blast card. He's so cheap. Unfair, like, get out of jail free card. And it's like, you could use him and dominate with him, but then your opponent can use him and be dominating with him. I liken Cell Max and Beast Gohan to you are using Ultra Gohan, but your opponent cannot, right? Supreme Battle Spectacle, Blue Gogeta, and Trunks, and Beast, and Red Zone Kid Buu, and Cell Max, they can't do anything like what Cell Max and Beast do. So you have full control of the fight 100% of the time with both Cell Max and Beast Gohan. Now, Beast Gohan to me does clearly feel better because he's significantly stronger defensively, which is more important. I think Cell Max is probably going to be doing more damage than Beast. Well, not probably. I mean, it's okay. Here's the big difference between the two characters, right? This Cell Max's intro is for 3 turns. Beast Gohan's intros for 5 turns. It really, that's the majority of the difference right there. So it's like you have 1 extra turn of Beast Gohan being invincible than you do of Cell Max. And I mean, that's about as far as I would say. I guess Beast Gohan, I mean, he is just stronger overall. But it's the difference between a Dokkan Fest LR. This kid is a yellow coin LR, and I do think he's on like the same tier as Beast. No longer does Beast Gohan gap the game. He was gapping the game. I do think Cell Max is in Beast Gohan's realm. And it makes sense because they have a lot of similar abilities. They just do. Now, Cell Max also has more restrictions and stuff like that. I hear people talk about these restrictions. And, I mean, no offense to anyone, but it speaks of inexperience to me. Like, right now, there are not that many viable teams. So when someone says, oh, they got these restrictions and shit like that, well, yeah, but there's 5 good teams. Like, it doesn't, I don't know that really matters so much. I mean, it sucks for Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku that we can't really evolve his accelerated battle leader skill and like really mix and match and shit like that. But that doesn't stop Super Saiyan 3 Goku from dominating the entire game. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of something like that. Cell Max's restrictions don't fucking matter. It literally doesn't matter at all. It has no relevance towards him sunning the entire game. Like, yeah, he's got restrictions. Who cares? Doesn't matter, man. Is there anything else to point out? Again, I mean, Beast Gohan, you can run double Beast Gohan with a full 200% leader skill. What I've found, your best bet to winning is to probably run Broly. You would run Broly as your leader, and then you'd bring a friend Cell Max, because there's a huge gap between Broly and Cell Max, right? And if you have two Cell Maxes, every single fight you're blitzing before Cell Max. I know it sounds insane, but you are blitzing every fight before his intro really wears off. The only fight I did, like, you know, in that video was Supreme Battle Spectacle Beast Gohan, because he's such a little bastard with the Ki Blast blocking, and then the Beast Gohan armor where he takes 0 damage if you don't do more than 3 million damage. But I mean, I just, yeah, like, there's just like slight areas where Beast Gohan wins out. I think Beast Gohan is clearly, obviously number one. Like, it's clear. But I do think Cell Max is in his realm, right? For sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Link set, Beast has a good Link set. It's just, one thing is, it doesn't really matter so much right now with the restrictions and stuff like that. But when it's come to like a tiebreaker or something like that, I mean, Beast has literally nothing. Like, he is just dominant, invincible, with no restrictions, no nothing. Completely carries everything. Every single category he's on, which is a lot, he drops in as the best unit on the team, who completely saves the team, protects the team, supports the team. Like, he just has a little bit more in his bag than Cell Max, but Cell Max is fantastic. So yeah. Yeah, the only thing I'm really going back and forth with is Broly versus Gammas. I feel like now that we've reached to the end, I've talked through it. Broly Gammas, I could go either way with that. I'm pretty content with the way the rest of the list looks. But Broly and Gammas back and forth, man, it's difficult. It's very difficult. It's tough. It's tough. We'll go with this, though. So, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, but it's good. It's good to have, like, the villain version of Beast Gohan. I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.